We need to appease Madame Kooy's spirit.
Beware the shadows, for I am the darkness that devours light. The blood that stains my gown carries the weight of vengeance, and tonight, your
Once upon a time, in a calm town of Utobo, where stories from long ago whispered in the breeze, a girl named Chizaramu started a journey that mixed her life with Utobo's hidden shadows. Chizaramu's story kicked off when she entered a new boarding school in the heart of Utobo. Guiding her through the maze of new faces was Chiamaka, a friendly girl with a warm smile. She approached Chizaramu on her first day at the boarding school. They met near the entrance, and Chiamaka greeted her and said,
"Hi, you must be Chizaramu, right?"
Chizaramu, a bit nervous, nodded, and Chiamaka instantly put her at ease, saying,
"Great, I am Chiamaka. Welcome to our school. I will show you around."
Chiamaka took Chizaramu on a tour, pointing out different classrooms and sharing funny stories about the teachers. As they walked through the school premises, Chizaramu couldn't help but feel grateful for Chiamaka's friendly company. After a while, Chiamaka looked around as if she was checking for eavesdroppers and whispered,
"Hey, I need to tell you something. There are these boys called Upi, Ado, Kalu, and Yemi. They can be a bit mischievous. People say they sometimes play pranks that end up hurting others."
Chizaramu, curious and a bit concerned, asked, "Really? What kinds of prank?" Chiamaka lowered her voice even more.
"Well, they once did something to a girl and she got expelled from the school. They tricked her into doing something embarrassing. It was really mean,"
said Chiamaka. Chizaramu's eyes widened and she said, "That is terrible. Why would they do that?" Chiamaka shrugged and said,
"I don't know. Some said it's just for laugh, but others think they enjoy making people feel bad. My advice to you is to stay away from them. They might seem fun, but it often ends in tears. I am telling you this because you seem to be a nice girl, and I don't want anybody to hurt you. You understand me?"
Chiamaka said. Chizaramu, taking Chiamaka's advice to heart, nodded and said, "Thank you for telling me, Chiamaka. I'll be very careful from now henceforth. I really do not want to get into any trouble because my mom sent me to this school to study and make her proud," said Chizaramu. As they continued the tour, Chiamaka pointed out places where students usually hang out. She shared where to get the best snacks and even revealed a quiet spot behind the school building where students sometimes gathered. Chiamaka, always with a friendly smile, made Chizaramu feel like she had a friend in this new place. And with the warning about the mischievous boys, Chizaramu stepped into the school with a mix of excitement and caution, grateful for Chiamaka's guidance. In the boarding school was a girl called Adana. Eager to fit in, tried to be friends with Obi, Ado, Carlo and Yemi. The boys, however, had other plans. One day, in their secret gathering spot behind the school building, they talked about Adana. Obi, the ringleader, suggested playing a prank on her. Ado, Carlo and Yemi laughed along. Thinking it would be funny, they decided to pretend they needed her help with an important task. The next day, they called Adana over and explained a made-up story about a school tradition that required her to complete a challenging task. Adana, excited to be part of the group, eagerly agreed, not suspecting their hidden agenda. The boys led her to an isolated area, claiming it was where the task needed to be completed. As Adana focused on the imaginary task, they suddenly disappeared, leaving her alone and confused. Unbeknownst to her, they had set her up for a prank that never existed. Adana, left on her own, realized she had been betrayed. The laughter she heard from distance made her understand that it was a cruel joke. Hurt and humiliated, she tried to report the incident to the school authorities. But the boys' influential status and the fear of tarnishing the school reputation led to her plea being overlooked. The betrayal left Adana feeling isolated and rejected. It was a painful experience that lingered, and the emotional scar remained as she struggled to find her place within the school community. One day, Chizaramu overheard some students talking about what happened to Adana. They spoke in hushed tone, but the words reached her ears. Shocked and upset, she decided to talk to the Reverend Sister about it. Chizaramu found the Reverend Sister in her office, a room filled with the soft light of the afternoon sun. She hesitated for a moment before mustering the courage to speak up. She said,
Reverend Sister, I had something troubling about Adana. They said the boys played a prank on her, and it was really hurtful. Is that true?
Chizaramu asked. The Reverend Sister looked at Chizaramu with kindness and nodded.
Yes, Chizaramu. It is true, but unfortunately, such things happen sometimes. We are trying our best to address these issues, but it's not always easy,
the Reverend Sister said.
But Reverend Sister, Adana is really hurt. She trusted them and they betrayed her. Can't we do something to help her? She deserves justice,
Chizaramu said as she looked at the Reverend Sister. The Reverend Sister sighed and said to Chizaramu,
I understand your concern, and it is admirable. But the truth is, addressing these matters involves complexities. We need evidence, cooperation from everyone involved. And sometimes it is not easy to get that,
the Reverend Sister said. Chizaramu left her office thinking of what to do. Meanwhile, that night, Chizaramu drifted into a dreamland where strange vision danced before her. She found herself in the school, but everything had a mysterious glow. As she wandered through the corridors, whispers echoed and shadows played tricks. In her dream, she stumbled upon a group of students wearing old-fashioned uniform, their eyes carrying a weight of sorrow, and they seemed to be hiding something. As she approached them, they vanished into the thin air, leaving only the haunting echoes of their footsteps. Suddenly, the dream shifted, and Chizaramu found herself in a classroom where a teacher, wearing a familiar red shoe, wrote on the chalkboard. The chalk scratched, creating a melodious sound. The teacher turned around, and Chizaramu grasped in fear. It was Madame Kooy, her eyes holding a mix of sadness and anger. The dream then took a dark turn as Madame Kooy pointed towards the mysterious door. Chizaramu, drawn by an invisible force, opened it. Behind the door was a shadow dancing, and a ghostly whisper filled the air. She woke up in fear, wondering what she saw in her dream. She left the room, walking around the school ground. In the quiet night, she saw Papa Aduke, the friendly school gatekeeper. Papa Aduke, with his comforting presence, noticed her troubled expression. He said,
Chizaramu, my daughter, why are you awake by this time of the night?
Chizaramu, feeling a sense of connection with Papa Aduke, shared her unsettling dreams with him. Papa Aduke knowingly beckoned to her to sit down. With a calm voice, he began to tell her a captivating flashback about Madame Kooy. Long ago, there was a beloved teacher called Miss Joy. She was known for her red shoe and her warm smile. She lived in Utobo. One fateful night, after finishing her duties at the boarding school, she set out for her home. The moon was bright, and the star lit the path ahead. As she strolled through the quiet streets of Utobo, 4 men, hidden in the shadows, emerged. They had dark intentions towards her. Spotting Miss Joy, they ambushed her, and a dreadful event unfolded. The men, driven by anger or something dark, assaulted Miss Joy. They didn't care about her kindness she showed to her students or the red shoe she wore. In the stillness of the night, a tragedy occurred, leaving Miss Joy lifeless by the side of the road. The news spread through Utobo like a wildfire, and shock gripped the town. The senseless assault on a beloved teacher sent a wave of sorrow and anger through the community. But the incident left a lingering spirit called Madame Kooy, the spirit of vengeance. Chizaramu's wide eyes listened as Papa Aduke continued his story. Ever since then, strange things occurred, especially when someone is being bullied or assaulted. The spirit of Madame Kooy would take revenge for the person. Then, the people faced a haunting problem. Madame Kooy's vengeful spirits keep killing people. To put things right, they sought the help of a wise native doctor called Nwa Amadioha, a native doctor known for his knowledge of ancient rituals. They gathered under the ancient Iroko tree. The people of the community discussed their worries with Nwa Amadioha. The air was thick with a mix of fear and determination. Nwa Amadioha, a kind-looking man, with long white braid, listened attentively as the community shared their concerns. He nodded, acknowledging the weight of the Madame Kooy's vengeance on their community. With a gentle voice, Nwamadioha explained his plan to perform a ritual. He said,
We need to appease Madame Kooy's spirits. I will need certain items, herbs and sacred water, and a symbol of purity.
The crowd murmured. Eager for solution, a man within them said,
What can we do to help, Nwamadioha?
Nwamadioha smiled and said,
Gather the item I mentioned. We will meet at the sacred ground near the river when the moon is high in the sky. It's a powerful time for ritual,
he said to the community. The town, determined to lift the curse, followed Nwamadioha's instruction. They collected the herbs, fetched the sacred water from the river, and found the symbol of purity, a rare flower called Ichakike. On the chosen night, they gathered under the bright moon, carrying the offering. Nwamadioha, with a sense of calm and purpose, led the ritual. He chanted ancient words, saying, When he was done chanting, he sprinkled the sacred water and placed the herb around the symbol of purity. As the ritual unfolded, a mysterious energy filled the air. Nwamadioha screamed as he did some spiritual incantations. The spirit of Madame Kooy appeared with a mystic force. She said,
Beware the shadows, for I am the darkness that devours light. The blood that stains my gown carries the weight of vengeance, and tonight, your feeble attempt at cleansing shall crumble like the fragile walls of your sanity. Feel the cold breath of the beyond, mortals, for I am the lingering whisper in the haunted wind. The echoes of your sins dance with me, and in this ritual, you invite a tempest of remorse upon your souls. Witness my form, twisted by the anguish of betrayal, draped in the shroud of your misdeeds. As you attempt to banish me, remember, the stain of your sins is indelible, and I am the relentless spectre that feasts upon the echoes of your remorse. The moonlight reveals your fears, and I am the nightmare that thrives in the shadows. Your feeble attempts at cleansing are but sparks in the abyss, futile against the engulfing darkness that clings to your every step. Listen to the lament of the betrayed, for I am the embodiment of retribution. The bloodied gown adorning my spectral figure weeps for justice, and in this sacred dance, your futile endeavors shall only deepen the stains upon your conscience.
The people of the community watched in fear as the symbol of appeasement worked their magic. Nwamadioha, in communion with the spirit word, sought to calm Madame Kooy's restless soul. The air, once heavy with fear, began to lighten up. A serene breeze rustled the leaves, and a distant calm settled upon the town. Nwamadioha, with a reassuring smile, declared,
We have now appeased the spirits. Let the town know peace once again,
said Nwamadioha. The people of the community were grateful for the native doctor's wisdom. They felt a sense of relief. Nwamadioha's ritual had for a moment quieted the vengeful spirits that had haunted the town of Utobo. The 4 men who assaulted Miss Joy were banished from the kingdom forever. Chizaramu was in shock as Papa Aduke narrated the throwback story of what happened in Utobo, which was related to her dream. She asked,
But, Papa, what has the dream got to do about me? Like, I am not from this community. I just came to study in this community. Why am I having such dream?
Chizaramu asked Papa Aduke. Papa Aduke, looking confused, told Chizaramu they would pay a visit to the native doctor the next day. She left Papa Aduke and she went back to her hostel to sleep. The following night, Chizaramu and Papa Aduke set off on a journey under the full moon to visit the chief priest known as Ezedike, who in an ancient cool place. They reached the chief priest's house with a lot of candles and a smell of something burning nice. The chief priest, a super wise old man, greeted them and asked what brought them there. Papa Aduke explained they needed help because Madame Kooy's spirit was acting up, probably because Chizaramu came to the town. The chief priest said they needed a ritual like a special ceremony. He showed them what to do. He said,
Use good smelling herbs, draw symbols, and bring water from a super clean stream.
Following the chief priest's lead, they started the ritual. Chanting filled the air, and the candles flicked like they were dancing. Ezedike began to do some incantations, saying, Chizaramu, holding a water bowl, gave it with a mix of being scared and hopeful. As they did their thing, a calm feeling covered the place. It was like ancient spirits were communicating with Chizaramu. Caught up in the ceremony, Chizaramu felt like the spirits of Otobo were ganging up and giving her a hug. The chief priest now said, "All is good. May the nice spirits keep Utobo safe." Chizaramu, with a sense of relief, said thank you as she left the place with Papa Aduke. While life in Utobo gradually returned to normal, there was a peculiar twist. The boarding school, once overshadowed by its haunting past, began experiencing mysterious occurrences. Whispers of laughter echoed in the hallway when no one was there, and unexplainable acts of kindness manifested, leaving the school community in awe. The 4 boys, Obi, Adu, Kalu, and Yemi, went through a transformation that sparked intrigue among the community. Instead of fading into the background, they emerge as leaders in promoting kindness and unity. Their journey from mischief to compassion became a source of inspiration to others. As Utobo flourished, a peculiar event caught the attention of the entire community. A mysterious mural appeared on the walls of the boarding school overnight, showcasing Chizaramu standing fearlessly against a spectral figure of Madame Kooy. The mural seemed to change, telling a story of redemption and triumph over adversities. Though Otobo healed, the memories of Madame Kooy lingered, but in an unexpected way. Some claimed to have seen a flick of a shadow resembling her figure during moments of celebration, as if she was there to acknowledge the town transformation. As the sun sets over Otobo, casting a warm glow, the legends of Chizaramu and the boarding school's mysterious occurrences became a topic of fascination for generations to come. The town thrived not just as a testament to resilience, but as a place where the echoes of the past intertwined with the curiosity of the present, creating an enigmatic tapestry that painted Utobo as a true extraordinary place. Legend has it that Madame Kooy visits boarding school across Africa once in a while to make sure that students don't get bullied. The lesson to be learned in this story is that we should learn to treat everyone with kindness and be compassionate over people. Please, if you like our story, hit the like button, subscribe, drop a comment. It helps us grow our channel. See you in the next story. Bye.